Hey everybody, Charles for HumbleMechanic.com. Today we're going to be talking about 5 ways to stand out as a technician in a good way. This is episode 69 of the Humble Mechanic Podcast. So, fun fact about today's episode, Rusty and I actually teamed up and shot this show on our drive down to NTI, but for some reason the GoPro didn't like the microphone splitter, so all the audio crashed, and now I'm going to do the show by myself for you guys today. But I think it's a really awesome show. It's a topic that I'm super passionate about, and I think that all technicians, or really anybody in any industry, can learn a little bit from to really stand out in a positive way to our customers. So first and foremost, never be afraid to talk to customers. Whether it's your customer or just a service customer in general, never be afraid to even something as simple as say hello. If you see someone waiting in the waiting room, stop by, say, hey, how you doing? How's your day? What's your car in for today? That starts to really change not only the feel of the dealership or the feel of the service station, but it starts to change a little bit in how you look and see customers. Instead of just seeing someone in to bring your car, you start to see them as people that you really care about and have a vested interest in. You know, it's really fun to have long-term customers, and they come in, time after time, and then eventually year after year, you see them change, you see them get a new car, you see their kids, you see the kids grow up and, graduate high school, or their kids are ready for their first new car, and they come to see you because you wind up being their guy. And that's a really good feeling, and it really does build an awesome rapport, not only between you and the customer, but the customer and the dealership as well. I've worked with a lot of technicians that it's not that they were really afraid, scared to talk to customers, they just didn't really want to. Their idea was, I'm here to fix cars, I'm not here to work with customers. Well, that's not really true. Yes, we're here to fix cars. We're here to put parts on cars, to do maintenance, to make repairs, do diagnostics. But we also tend to forget that there's someone on the other side of that vehicle. There's a customer attached to that vehicle. There's a customer that relies on that car to get to work, to take their kids to soccer practice, to go to the grocery store, to go out on date night. All the really cool things that we do with our cars, there's someone else that's bringing their car that has those same needs of their vehicle as well. So we have to remember that it's not just fixing the car, it's also working with the customer and taking care of the customer as well. So never be afraid to have that interaction with any customer in the dealership or service station. I say dealership just because that's the environment that I work in, but you can apply these to anywhere in the automotive industry or really any customer service-based industry for that matter. Number 2, be their hero. Be the person that's there for them in their time of need. Most people don't really like to come and get their car serviced, and nobody likes to have a catastrophic breakdown. So if you're the person that's there for them to help them out in a situation, you're going to stand out more than any other technician out there. Basically, you want to build a relationship with the customer so that they know 100%, no matter what happens, that you're going to take care of it. I'm not worried about it because Joe's going to take care of it. I'm not worried about it because Charles is going to take care of it. This rapport may not happen overnight, but with some hard work and time, you can really show a customer that you're there for them. You're the one that's going to step up to the plate and make sure their car's fixed right. Think of it along the lines of, if the customer says, hey, I got this problem with my car, it's leaking coolant, let them know that, hey, you sit back, you relax, I'm going to take care of it. I got this. No matter what the problem is, we're going to get it taken care of. When you step up for a customer like that, it shows that you do care. Not just there to get a paycheck, but you're there to get their car fixed and help them get on their way and do whatever it is that they were doing when they had their car break down, or a check engine light come on, or their oil change. It doesn't really matter what the situation with the vehicle is. You need to show them that you're there not only for their vehicle, but for them as well. Number 3, leave them a note. This could be something as simple as a note on the repair order saying, hey, thanks for bringing your car in today, or love the sport wagon, or really cool wheels on your car. It doesn't really matter the context of the statement. It just matters that you're making an effort to give them something a little bit extra. Something that I think really is a good idea for techs to do is have your own business cards. Now, if your dealership or service department doesn't pay for them, spend the $50 and get them yourself. You can get really cool custom ones with a picture of your brand on it or whatever, and leave that in the customer's car. Let them know that Joe is the one that worked on your car today. I really appreciate you bringing it in. If you guys are doing multi-point inspections, write a little extra on there. Hey, your car looks great. Nothing's wrong with it. See you in 5,000 miles. Thanks, Bill. Doing these little personalized things for a customer makes your name stand out. And remember, you want that customer to come back to the dealership. The dealership group as a whole wants them to come back to the dealership, but you as a technician want them to come back to you. It's great if the guy in the bay next to you is busy. It's great if all the rest of the shop's busy, but you want these customers coming back and asking for you. It's the name of the game. It's running your own little service department inside of, either the service station or the dealership. You're running, like for me, I'm running Charles Volkswagen in my little bay, working on as many customer cars as I can. So I want these customers to come back to me, and leaving them something tangible with your name on it goes a long way. And there's something that feels super awesome about a customer coming back and saying, hey, Charles worked on my car last time. He left this business card in my car. I want him to work on my car today. And I'll tell you, the first time that happens, man, smile ear to ear. It feels really good. It feels really good when you see a repair order that says customer request Charles or customer request Dan. It's awesome and I love it. And as you build this relationship with more and more and more customers, you find yourself having this huge group of customers that are never going to go anywhere else because they've found the person that they know is going to be their hero and take care of them no matter what happens. But it all starts with that little tiny bit of information. Hey, thanks for coming to see me today. I really appreciate it. Number 4, tell them what their car doesn't need. A lot of times customers have this expectation when they come in for service that they're going to look at my car, they're going to write up 100 things, it's going to cost me $4,000, and I just don't want to hear it. I just want to get my oil changed and get out. And a lot of that has to do with the reputation that the automotive industry has earned. There are some technicians and mechanics out there that will sell a customer something no matter what. They don't care necessarily about the customer, they're only in it for making the money. But a good example is if we have a car that has 4 or 5 things wrong with it. Let's say the tires are bald, the brakes are metal to metal, it needs wiper blades, and it has 2 other things. The timing belt's due in 20,000 miles, and maybe an air filter's coming up to be due. It's important from a technician standpoint that we tell the customer the things that are wrong, especially when it's a safety item. You need tires, you need brakes, no doubt about it. Where we really can win and stand out to our customers is when we're telling them about the things that it doesn't need today. We let the customer know, hey, you don't need to worry about this today, but in 20,000 miles, your timing belt's gonna be due. So now the customer knows, okay, they've told me some things that I know are wrong. They can take me back into the shop and show me that my tires are bald and that my brakes are metal to metal. They also let me know I got some things coming down the line that I'm gonna have to worry about. But hey, they didn't tell me my car was gonna blow up today if I didn't do a timing belt. And that really, really, really lends a lot of credibility to you as a technician from a customer standpoint, because you're telling them, hey, this is gonna need to be done, but again, your car's not gonna blow up today if you don't do this repair. And not only that, now they have it in the back of their mind, they can start budgeting for it. Then when they come in another 10,000 miles, you're gonna tell them again, hey, next service, your timing belt's gonna be due. Then when they come in for their timing belt, they got your business card in their hand, they're gonna say, hey, Charles told me a few times that I needed to get my timing belt done. I'm finally at that mileage, let's go ahead and get it done today. Not, hey, by the way, you need a timing belt, it's gonna be $1,500. Now you've basically hit them over the head with this dollar amount and this repair that they had no idea was coming. And if you don't find anything wrong with the car, let them know. Hey, I took a quick look at your car, your brakes, belts, hoses, tires, everything looks good. Your car's in awesome shape. We'll see you again in 10,000 miles. Hi, my name's Charles. Here's my business card. Have a great day. Just that few seconds of interaction in a positive way really does help you build a good rapport with the customer and lends a ton of credibility to your name and your brand and the work that you do. Number 5, make sure they understand the value that you're giving them. For me, this is probably one of the hardest ones to do because I don't want to be the person that really brags about all the wonderful things that I did for a customer today. That's my job. My job is to be there for the customer, take care of them, get their car fixed. But a lot of us technicians tend to sell our value a little bit short. We have a ton of knowledge in the automotive industry. It doesn't matter what level you are a technician, you gotta know some stuff. And obviously the higher level technician you are, the more you need to know. And a lot of times customers really don't see that. They don't understand that it took, 3 days of training to understand how this system works in order for me to diagnose your car with whatever problem it's got. They just think, we hook the computer up, punch in some numbers, it tells us replace this part, and we replace the part and charge the customer $500. They don't understand how much it takes to be a good technician, not only in just tools and training and knowledge and memory and experience. They don't understand that. And to be honest, they don't really need to. They need to know that you're there for them to fix their vehicle. So if you take a few minutes to really teach them about some of these things, if you have a problem with the CAN bus and you take 2 minutes to teach them about, the overview of what a CAN bus system is and how it works and how all the modules in the vehicle interact with each other, now you've said to the customer, look, I understand this system. This is not an easy thing. This isn't like turning a garden hose on. This is a ton of high-level computer stuff. I know a lot about this. Here's what I did to fix your vehicle. Now you've taken it from the guy plugged the computer in and it told him to replace a part to, hey, this is sophisticated stuff. Here's all the steps that I did to diagnose your vehicle. This is why we're charging you $300 to make this repair. And in addition to that, not only explaining what you've done, and explaining the value that you bring to the situation, you've taught the customer something. You've taught them what a CAN bus system is. Now they understand when they hear these words, they know a little bit about the system. They may not understand it at an engineering level, but they know something about it, and that really does empower a customer to make good choices and to understand their vehicle a little bit better, and to be confident in you and confident in your ability to make a good repair. Another way to look at it is, let's say you pull a car in for an oil change. Of course, we're gonna always look the vehicle over. And I don't know, let's say you're checking the lights and the marker light's hanging out, and you just take it and you pop it back in. It's important to let the customer know, hey, while I was checking your lights, all the lights work properly. I noticed that one of your marker lights was hanging out, so I went ahead and snapped it back in for you. It took you 2 seconds to snap that light back in, and maybe another 10 seconds to let the customer know about it, but now you've let the customer know, hey, I care about your car. Your car is important to me. How you perceive me is important. This is what I did for you. What it all boils down to is building a good relationship with your customer, making sure that when a customer thinks about getting their car serviced, they don't have anybody else's name in mind but yours. They're not going to take their car anywhere else but to you. You want to build a relationship with customers that if they came to your service station to get their car fixed and you weren't there, they would reschedule and come back when you are. That's how you stand out to a customer. That's how you build your own little Rolodex of customers that only come to you and won't ever go anywhere else. And one little bonus tip, don't be afraid to do, again, that little tiny bit extra more than a customer would expect, and then make sure you let them know about it. So, the question of the day, what is one thing that you do different from everybody else to stand out to your customers? So, post your answer to the question of the day in the comments section below. Hey, if you like the video, throw it a thumbs up on YouTube. You can also subscribe on YouTube or on the blog at humblemechanic.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the blog, and obviously on YouTube. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Hero of the day is Pinner from Oscar Blues, and this one's brewed in Brevard, North Carolina.